this from the perspective of someone who is very often in conversations with a generation of churchgoers who are deconstructing their faith actively oftentimes without intentional guidance, because the guidance is the people they're deconstructing from in a lot of places. And so I think there is an awareness in the church that this is happening already, that there are people who maybe aren't not that they're closed necessarily to the faith, but that they are making sense of what it means to be a part of it. And so as folks who are scholars and who have had an opportunity to learn from a variety of belief systems and traditions, is that something that you have seen mirrored in conversations that you've had with, outside of the American Baptist system? And if so, is there any area of your book that you would recommend those folks maybe start with?
Michael, were you able to hear that?
Only like half.
Yeah. So the question is basically about people who are deconstructing their faith, and we wound up, are there parts of the book that you would recommend to people who are in a process of deconstruction, people who are re-encountering faith in a way that was different than their upbringing?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
right.
So the chapter on holy envy is really good, because I think that makes our faith bigger. So when I think about deconstruction, I think about people abandoning some or reinterpreting or making new meaning from their faith. All three of those things probably happen with deconstruction, especially. I think that the more capacious we make our tradition, and the more welcoming we make that sort of dialogue, and we treat it as a journey, that we're not arriving at sort of certainty. Certainty is not the goal. I think the more that we sort of make the tradition big enough for you to journey inside of it, and still sort of wind up as a person of faith, we do ourselves a great service as a church if we make our tradition big and sturdy enough to withstand some questioning and some navigation. The Holy Envy chapter talks quite a bit about the sort of journey of faith and how dialogue partners can open that up. And one of the ways that people do deconstruct is that they look at other religions and they sort of want to say, well, what's here? If I'm looking at Buddhism, what sort of truth does it have? And to sort of normalize that is a great service, and say, hey, that doesn't mean that you're not Christian anymore.